Hi, my loves. This is Isabella Sanfilippo coming at you from WCHS Wall Township, and you're listening to the I Love You podcast. So, here is the part 2 of the episode, and I am joined by
Becky
and Dia, and we're going to be going over the different types of love again, but we left off on storge, which is a love rooted in knowing each other for a long time. So this is like love with parents, siblings, like really close friends you've been friends with since you were like 5. I said that it's one of my favorite types of love, which I think is really interesting. I just think there's something that is so beautiful about being able to pick up with someone right where you left off and not feeling like any time has passed, but also time has passed, so the debrief goes kind of crazy, which is cool. But the next kind of love is Eros, which I thought was really interesting because Eros is the Greek god who is kind of like Cupid. His Roman form is Cupid, so he's the god of love. So I actually know how to pronounce this one, which go me, but I thought it was really cool how it was like Latin. All of these are Latin, so it's kind of difficult for me to pronounce. But this one is romantic love. The way the article described this was kind of strange, so I'm just going to put it in my own words. But basically, Eros is the type of love you would feel towards like your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your partner, whoever that might be. And the love catalyst for this one is the body. So there was some that were like the mind, the subconscious. This one got straight to the point.
Wow.
The body.
Wow.
Okay, wow. So this is really just that very, not like basic, but like this is kind of the love that everyone thinks of when they think of love. It's the romantic love, it's the hearts, the Cupid, it's the Valentine's Day love. Valentine's Day is a great movie, by the way.
I want to watch it.
I did not
It's
know.
good.
That.
Still on my list.
I love Taylor Lautner.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Lautner. But there's not a lot to touch on with Eros, except this one kind of also feeds into what we were talking about in the first episode. And we were also talking about this because we took a little break because we didn't know if we were allowed to continue recording or if there's other people coming in. But we were kind of just talking about, again, effort in relationships. And where pragma, where pragma is the kind of love where you make sure that everyone puts in the same amount of effort and it's a really deep, committed, long-term relationship. Eros is kind of like catching feelings, like that first honeymoon stage of falling in love. So we don't really see the imbalances or effort differences in Eros. It's more of like, again, the Valentine's Day, like throwing chocolates, throwing roses, let's get married in Vegas kind of vibe.
Like honeymoon type. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the honeymoon stage. So I'd say this is probably like maybe like the first month or 2 or 3 of a relationship where everything is like, I really like this person. Okay, they're cute. And it's just kind of like figuring out who you are together and setting the foundation. So I thought that was a different take on how to look at it than what it says in this article, even though I kind of used it as clutch. So then there's Ludus. I don't really know if I pronounced that one right. No idea. But hopefully I did. Maybe someone
tried.
who's listening to it can tell me if I did. But this is called playful love. So it's just like flirting.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's just like flirting. And this is also kind of like the beginning stages of a relationship. So I'd say like in perspective, this is like the talking stage.
Like, yeah, something that could potentially be a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, it's just fun.
What I thought was really cool is the love catalyst for this one is emotion. So I don't know, like I guess like when you're talking to someone, at least for me, like I get like very like not like emotionally attached, but like it's like butterflies, it's like all of the feelings. And I thought that it was so cool that emotion is how to know if you're kind of in this stage. Like the butterfly feeling in your stomach, the sweating, the nervousness, the, oh my gosh, did he snap me? Like all of the, all of the like giddiness is really what comes from ludus or playful love, which I don't know if I love that way to describe it, but it's pretty encapsulating of what it is. I think that, well, you mentioned Taylor, so I was like thinking like counter all your quick remarks. It's kind of like that wit on the first meeting as well. So it's like kind of like that back and forth. It says, how to show ludus, flirt and engage in whimsical conversation.
Whimsical conversation.
It was like whimsical, enchanted, counter. It was all
enchanted.
The wheels were
Works,
turning.
it works. You could pick a Taylor Swift song to describe every one of the like different types of love.
That is actually so true. I mean, she also has a song about like what is love, basically.
Yeah,
Which
I love
I think
that
is cool.
song.
It's such a good song. And then it also says like exemplify childlike behavior, which I think that it's weird just stated like that, but like in context it's like, I don't know if anyone else did this when they were little, but like when you're younger you don't really have a full concept of love. So like you see all the little kids on the playground just like going and kissing. Like when you're 5, like you just like go.
What playground did you go to?
Oh my god, all those like elementary school like
Exactly.
weddings
Yes.
that you go to at recess.
Exactly. Like when I was little, I had like a crush. I didn't really understand, like the concept of crush. But I was like, I just like went up and kissed one of my guy friends, and I was like, we're dating now. And he was like, okay, and that was really it. So like, it made sense to me because I guess I was going to like the crazy playground and not the playground that Becky went to.
Crazy
I think it's
playground.
just
While
like-
municipal is where it's at.
I think it's because kids just like they're very honest and they just do whatever they want. So it's like, if I like you, like, okay, we're married. Like, it's kind
Yeah.
of always like the extreme
Exactly.
with children. So I think that's why they do that.
I think so too, and I think that kind of encapsulates what this ludus is. It's like an over-exaggeration of emotion. Like you feel like an overwhelming surge of emotion. And this is also kind of like, I think, I don't know, Miss Van Arsdale was saying something about like rose-tinted glasses or something. It's a weird expression in Spanish.
Yeah, like when you, I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but like when you miss anything bad about
Yeah.
the person, because it's like, oh, like they're so cute, they're so blah blah blah. And
Exactly.
It's like
And-
all those red flags. It's like, how did I not see them? It's like because you were having fun, babe.
Yeah, because you were just blinded by like the ludus, by the flirting, by like the excitement of it all. It's just kind of like fun to be able to like talk to someone like you think is cute, and it's like, okay, like whatever, like it's just for fun, it's fine. And then if it progresses, that's when you kind of have to like take the glasses off and be like, okay, was this the best decision? What's going on here?
Or
And
like,
then
is this actually gonna be something? Or like,
exactly. So ludus is all of like the talking stage, jitters. It's like the crushing stage. I don't know why I said that weird. It's like the crushing stage. I was like crushing.
I've never heard crushing stage, but I feel like that should be a thing because it's like before you're talking, you're just crushing.
Exactly.
It's like it's like one-sided sometimes, but crushing stage.
This one also.
We're in a crushing stage. You just don't know it yet.
The next one is called mania, which also kind of feeds in to the crushing stage. This is called obsessive love.
Oh,
This is scary.
So-
this is a horror movie
that's like
one.
those are like stalker
dun,
type.
dun.
Like
Yeah,
if you've ever seen
stalker
like
type
Baby Reindeer,
relationships.
like that show.
don't
I
know
haven't
which
seen
one.
that show.
It's about a girl that
I
gets
heard it was
stalked.
real scary.
It's like disturbing.
Yeah.
The love catalyst for this one is survival instinct.
Ew. What the?
I don't even know
like,
what that
like
means.
for which person, the person stalking or the one being stalked?
I
Because
don't really know. I guess it's.
I feel like they're trying by survival. They're like I feel like they're meaning the one that is going crazy for the other person, but survival.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
just
don't know.
because they think they need them to like survive or
live,
like to
I guess.
function.
Oh.
I think that might be it. Like you
Yeah.
need like to like interact
like
with
this
them.
one. This
You need to
one's, like,
interact with them or see
weird.
them or like obsess with them. Like enough to like function in a day. Otherwise, it makes you crazy. Guys, this is not. I'm not speaking from personal experience. I'm speaking from like
Hypothetical.
Yes, hypothetical.
I guess like when you have an obsession, by definition, almost it's kind of like your life revolves around them. Like you are obsessed with like whether it's like a celebrity or like a real life person. It's like whatever they do, you know about it. Like you are obsessed, and this leads to, well, obviously it's very toxic. I mean, there's like
Yeah.
that's just a statement.
Yep.
But it says like it leads to unwanted jealousy or possessiveness, which is codependency. And mania, I don't think always has to be to the extreme. I think we can find a lot of mania in just kind of relationships we see a lot. Not like average relationships, but relationships that have problems with codependency and with like toxicity issues. Things like, I don't want you talking to that person, or I don't want you going there, or I don't want you talking to her, or things like that. And even though it's not super pronounced as, okay, I'm stalking this person, I'm outside their house, I'm throwing rocks at their window, they better open the door, otherwise I'm going in there, it still is a form of mania, even though it's,
No, for sure.
yeah,
I agree.
It's like obsessing over being jealous over everything.
exactly. So I think that if we look at it in that context and not just like, this is a stalking issue, might have to call the cops.
It's like in Victorious, like Jade and Beck. Like that was
Yes.
mania, I think.
That was so mania. They were so codependent on each other, so toxic together, but they're cute. So we love to see them together, but no.
Hot topic, I think that they should have broken up and maybe got together again in a really long time.
I never really watched
Hot
it that
topic.
much.
I think that Tori and Beck should have dated.
And I think that Jade and Andre.
Ooh.
Remember that one episode where
Interesting.
Andre like fell for Jade and he was trying to get out of it, but like the thing is, Beck. Okay, this is like going off topic. Am I allowed to? Like,
Yes, we have time.
Okay.
Oh wait, we have 8 minutes. So we have
It's
some
like,
time.
maybe.
Okay, wait. Because like Beck, like some things that bothered me was he like never, like while like Jade was being crazy, he never really like tried to listen to her. Like he would
Mhm.
let like other, like if he was like cleaning his car or whatever, it's like it entertained him to have, like he would never tell girls that he had a girlfriend. He would never like, he would flirt with them for fun, and he would like, and he knew that it upset Jade, but like I feel like Andre would never do that.
No.
Like Andre was just obsessed with her, which is like what she wants.
I
Well,
think
not really, but like but he also wasn't a pushover, which is
Yeah.
exactly, he's literally the only one that Jade considered a friend out of that entire friend
Yeah.
group.
I think that what's really interesting in relationships, and I think it's like the reason why people should date, is to really find out what you want in a partner. And I think that something that comes from high school a lot, like with Jade and Beck, we see that Jade wants someone who will treat her as the priority, and Beck flirting with other girls or just not telling them that he has a girlfriend is not prioritizing Jade, especially when she would tell him that she did not like that. And I think that if her and Andre were together, that would be really cute, because then she would know what she wants, and that would be her following that decision. But it's TV, so we don't get that.
Yeah. And then Beck like wanted someone more like laid back, I guess.
Mhm.
But like not someone who was obsessed with him. Like that's why he liked Jade, because she fought back, but I think he kind of needed something like in the middle of that.
Yeah. I think that's why Tori,
Which is Tori.
would be
Yeah,
a good
that's
option.
literally Tori.
So the next love is Philautia. I don't know. I cannot even pronounce this. It's spelled Philautia, but it's self-love, and
Aw,
it's not
sweet.
one. Yeah, it's not one that we think of automatically when we think of love, but I think that it's one that we should. The love catalyst for this one is soul, which I also think is very valid. Some of the love catalysts for the other ones I was questioning, especially survival instinct,
Yeah,
but
that's crazy.
yeah, this one I think is definitely very true, because in order to really love yourself, I think you have to love your soul and love the kind of person that you are. And be really accepting towards yourself. Some people have a lot of self-hatred over things that they really can't change about themselves. And I think that making a switch in being accepting towards yourself will heal your soul. And your soul plays a big part in how you view yourself and how you view the world, I think, as well.
And it's like hard to do, and it would probably take time, but like it's also hard to like keep hating yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So like sometimes you just gotta try. Like
Yeah.
fake it till you make it.
And something, I used to be super insecure in middle school, and something that I heard that really helped me was just name one thing that you like about yourself, and it could be something as little as I like my eyes or I like my pinky finger. Like, it doesn't have to be something crazy. It also doesn't have to be something physical. It could be I like how strong I am. And every day, slowly, you start to name more and more things. And that was something that really helped me become more confident and really shaped me to be the person I am today. And I think that is something that could really help everyone in general. So,
And I feel like looking at, well, obviously, like, you don't look at yourself from an outside perspective because, like, you are yourself. So it's like you notice everything and you pick at everything, but
Mhm.
no one's going to pick at your personality the way that you do.
mhm.
So I feel like, yeah, like affirmations and just like realizing that, like, if you were looking at yourself from an outside perspective, then you would love yourself.
Yeah. I think another thing I heard was talk to yourself like you would talk to your best friend. And if your hair isn't looking great or something, you wouldn't tell your friend, oh, your hair looks trash. Like, we tell ourselves that sometimes, but we would never say that to someone else.
Or you would never even think that, really.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't think much of it. So, and I, like, physically, like, you notice so many more things than, like, other
Mhm.
people will. And so, if it's, like, a small thing, like, literally no one's gonna notice. But, like, you will. And I feel like it's hard to, like, deal with. But
Yeah. Like, if you have a freckle that you don't like, and it's like, I don't know, I have like a freckle on my hand, and I was like, it's kind of weird. But no one's being like,
no one's gonna
hey,
inspect
Izzy,
your hands like
there's a
that.
weird freckle on your hand.
I've thought that like every day for last year. So glad you said something.
That's the first thing I noticed about you, actually. You had a really weird freckle on your hand.
It looks like a third eyeball.
So strange.
But then the next kind of love is called agape, not sure, but this is selfless love, which I think also kind of feeds into the first love that we talked about in the first episode, which is philia, which was the brotherly platonic friendship love. Agape is basically, it says it's the highest level of love to offer. It's when you do things for people that you love just out of love. Like, when I think of this love, I think of my mom. Like, my mom does so much for me just out of love. She doesn't expect anything in return. And I think that this, to me, is the most beautiful type of love.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, from this description, like I'm gonna like this one the most.
It's like unconditional love.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, like what you would feel for your kid. Because it's like no matter what they do, like they're your kid and you
Yeah.
love them. Hopefully. You would hope.
Unfortunately, the bell did just ring when we were just getting to
I know,
the
I
best
wanted to talk
one.
about that one. It's
So
okay.
we'll leave you on a cliffhanger, though.
Yeah, maybe talk more about it. Like all of them together, we
Yeah.
can just discuss.
We'll pick this up next week. We'll tell you our favorites, our least favorites, some pairs maybe, like combining two together, seeing what we want, and also seeing how love languages have a huge play in how we show
Maybe
love.
I'll do a Taylor Swift song for each of the loves. Also.
Oh, I
We'll
would
see
love
if
to hear
I
that.
can do that or not.
Okay. So I hope you guys are pumped because it's coming next week. So thank you
ready.
guys for listening to yet another episode about What is Love. I'm your host, Isabella Sanfilippo.
I'm Diamanda.
I'm Becky McLean.
Thank you for listening, and remember,
We love you.